Hi and welcome. I want to thank you for checking out another one of our videos. I hope you really enjoy this one and I hope you're having a great day. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. Am I too late? Did I miss the boat? Has that ship already sailed? Well, I don't think so. I think you have a great opportunity ahead of you. But before we get into that, let me talk about this. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion. I'm not smarter than you. You are smarter than you realize. Do not trust what I say. Do your own research. And that's an important thing to consider regardless what you're investing in. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Bitcoin. Now, what we're going to say applies to any cryptocurrency, no matter what one you own. If you own XYZ coin, this will apply to whatever cryptocurrency, because as Bitcoin goes, it tends to drive the entire cryptocurrency market. That's first and foremost. But the second thing is that cryptocurrencies are all similar, and what affects one cryptocurrency affects everybody. Because it's kind of like thinking about real estate. You may live in New York, or maybe you live in San Francisco, or you live somewhere in between the two or somewhere else around the world, but there are certain events that can happen in real estate that can have local effects, national effects, and even global effects to the real estate market. And some of what we're going to talk about not only applies to Bitcoin, but applies to lots of other cryptocurrencies. So the first thing we're going to look at is the history, because in order to understand, hey, did I miss the boat? Let's find out what that boat was. And if you invested $1,000 in Bitcoin and then 3 years later sold it, so say on January 1, 2017, you bought Bitcoin and you bought $1,000 of it, and you held that until today. Today is September 2nd, 2019. The value of that $1,000 of cryptocurrency would currently be $10,169.95. That's a huge gain to go from $1,000 to $10,000 in just 3 years. And as you can see, what I did was I broke the life of Bitcoin down into 3-year periods. And for each 3-year period, the gain is very, very significant, all the way up to the very first year you could have bought Bitcoin. Now, you could have bought it in July of 2010, like July 15th of 2010. But to keep it easy for me, I kept everything where we were starting it on January 1 and held it for 3 years. And the only exception to that is our current 3-year period, because we haven't hit December 31st yet. And who knows, maybe on December 31st, I'll update this, especially if this number is significantly larger. I may put out a video at that point, but we'll see. Anyway, the bottom line, if you bought Bitcoin, held it for 3 years, typically you're going to make more than 10 grand. That's substantial. That's significant. And so what we really want to know is, am I too late? What if I want to buy Bitcoin today? Is there any hope that I'll make a significant return similar to what was made in the past? And so I want to know, inquiring minds want to know, can I still make good money, significant money, life-changing money from Bitcoin? And I think you can, and I'm going to give you several different reasons why, and hopefully it all makes sense and they all tie together. But the first reason why I think you're going to see significant opportunity in Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. Again, this doesn't apply just to Bitcoin. It applies to the entire market. The first reason is the backed exchange. Just a couple of days ago, the backed exchange announced that they're going to start custodying for institutions cryptocurrencies as of September 6th. So given that today is September 2nd, we're only a few days out from that. And so the institutions will be able to start moving cryptocurrency into the backed exchange, as well as finances and other resources into the backed exchange in preparation of backed going live on September 23rd. The other thing is that some institutions have been purchasing cryptocurrency, but they trust the backed exchange because Bakkt is owned, it's the creation of the New York Stock Exchange. The company that owns the New York Stock Exchange created the Bakkt exchange in a special relationship between the owners of the New York Stock Exchange, Microsoft, and Starbucks. For 4 years they've been building this. They've invested close to $500 million, $500 million into building this exchange. And so with it going live on September 23rd, it's going to be a big deal. Now, I don't know if the price of Bitcoin will skyrocket right away on September 23rd, but whether it happens immediately or happens in a trickling format, the bottom line is this is very significant in a positive way to all cryptocurrency and especially to Bitcoin. The other question is what coins, what cryptocurrencies will be traded on the Bakkt exchange. At the moment, the only one we know about for sure is Bitcoin, and there could be others. The company that the New York Stock Exchange owns to custody cryptocurrency and to keep it safe is a company that at one time had over 13 different cryptocurrencies available on their platform. So will Bakkt make all 13 available? Will they start with just Bitcoin? At this time, we don't know because Bakkt hasn't made a formal announcement about all of those details. I hope that they start out with at least a handful, 3, 4, 5, 6 different cryptocurrencies, but it is possible that they'll start day one with just Bitcoin and then ease into adding additional cryptocurrencies to their platform. So that's extremely exciting. The next thing is all of these stock market exchanges that are out there, from E-Trade to TD Ameritrade to Charles Schwab and TradeStation, the big ones that I know of, have all announced that they're going to be offering Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on their exchanges. Now, to the best of my knowledge, none of them have gone live, and I think that several of them are actually going to be using the Bakkt exchange as the custody tool for people that are purchasing Bitcoin on their exchanges. Those would be custodied by the Bakkt exchange, New York Stock Exchange, because they have a reputation and people feel very comfortable with the New York Stock Exchange. So if that's the case, then these companies, even though they've been saying for about 2 months that they're going to be going live in weeks, since they haven't done it, makes me wonder if it's partially because they're going to be utilizing the Bakkt exchange's custody service in order to provide cryptocurrencies on E-Trade and on the other stock brokerage accounts. Now, here's the reason why this is huge for anybody that owns cryptocurrency. With right now, today, cryptocurrency for the most part is difficult to buy. You need to go to certain unknown exchanges. Maybe it's a Chinese exchange, maybe it's a US exchange, and then you buy it and put it in a wallet. And then if you want a special altcoin, then you may have to go to like you'll take your Bitcoin from exchange A over to exchange B, and then on exchange B you can actually trade for the specific altcoin that you wanted to purchase. And then you want to protect your assets, and so you take your cryptocurrency off of the exchange and put it into a hardware ledger wallet, etc., etc. All of that is more complex than the average investor wants to deal with, and so many of them are just simply waiting for their stock brokerage accounts to make it available because it's something that they already use, they're already familiar with. But here's why it's significant for the cryptocurrency market, is because right now the cryptocurrency market is around 25 million people, and we're opening it up to a customer base of over 500 million people. And with 500 million people that already use some sort of stock brokerage account, that just it makes, think of it like this. If you had a lemonade stand and you knew that you were going to get a certain amount of customers that passed by your lemonade stand every day, well, if that number of customers increased by 10 times or increased by 100 times, you would expect that you're going to also increase the amount of lemonade you're selling. Well, the same thing is going to happen with Bitcoin, because people will have an easier on-ramp to purchase Bitcoin. There'll be more people purchasing Bitcoin, which will drive the price up. The more there's a demand for it, the higher the price will go. Kind of like thinking about real estate. If you put your house on the market and you get one person saying that they want to purchase it over, say, a 30-day period, you're not going to have a whole lot of flexibility, in terms of whether or not you accept that price. You don't have that many offers on the table. But if the demand for your area increased by tenfold and you put your house on the market, and within the first day or 2 or 3 days you had 5 offers or you had 10 offers to buy your house, because there's more people who want to buy it, you'll sell your house for a higher price. Well, the same thing with Bitcoin. When there's more people who are interested in purchasing that and there's a limited supply to sell, that forces those people to compete and offer a higher price than they were willing, because there's fewer of it available. And so that drives the price higher because of the demand. The next reason why I think that it's not too late, that you haven't missed the boat, that this is still a really good opportunity, is Facebook. Facebook has announced that they're coming out with the Libra cryptocurrency. That Libra cryptocurrency is supposed to go live early 2020. And with Facebook getting into the cryptocurrency game, and their coin is going to be different than most cryptocurrencies. Theirs is going to be what's called a stable coin. So what they mean by a stable coin is if you invest $1 in Libra today, 5 years down the road, it should be still worth about $1. And so a stable coin is designed to maintain a stable price over time. Whereas something like Bitcoin is very fluid, and the price of it will go up significantly and go down significantly. And so you want to be sure with Bitcoin that you hold it long enough to actually make some money with it before you actually sell it. Whereas with Libra, once you've bought some Libra, it won't matter when you sell it, because it'll be worth about the same as when you bought it. Kind of like putting money into a savings account. Now, Libra, because of its relationship with Facebook, will immediately have access to 2.5 billion, that's with a B, 2.5 billion people use Facebook, and so that gets a huge market available. And one of the interesting things here is Coinbase. Coinbase is one of the cryptocurrency exchanges, similar to the Bakkt exchange out there, but Coinbase has been in the cryptocurrency exchange business for, I think it's 5 years or 7 years, somewhere in that ballpark. Point is that once you own Libra, you can also be able to buy Bitcoin or other coins. And so for those 2.5 billion people that are on Facebook, the Libra coin is going to be an opportunity for them to purchase Libra, and then down the road, as they've become familiar and comfortable with cryptocurrency, they may purchase other cryptocurrencies with their Libra coin. And so Libra, I believe, will become an on-ramp to other cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. So Libra is huge in terms of what will, in terms of its potential benefit to the entire cryptocurrency market. You'll also notice that there's all these different companies in this image here, from MasterCard to Visa, from Lyft to Uber, from Coinbase, eBay, Spotify, etc. All of these different businesses are companies that have invested $10 million each into the Libra coin, into the Libra Foundation. And they equally, along with Facebook, are going to manage, guide, make the business decisions for the Libra cryptocurrency. And so Libra, it will not be, Facebook alone, but rather Facebook initially is going to have 28 different companies that are part of the Libra cryptocurrency, and on its advisory board and making the business decisions for Libra, but Facebook has said that their intention is to have over 100 companies once they go live. And so if Facebook achieves that, then this will have a much larger list of major companies, because each company is investing $10 million into the Libra coin in order to be part of I'm trying to think of what the right word is, but to be part of the group. I know that's not the right word, slipped my mind, but we're going to go on. Another thing that's very interesting about cryptocurrency in general is China's central bank has announced that they've been working on their own cryptocurrency for several years, and that China's central bank is ready to release a Chinese cryptocurrency. So this is the first government that's getting involved in cryptocurrency, and I believe that that's going to lead as a more natural on-ramp for Chinese people to even get more involved with cryptocurrencies. If you look at what countries are doing lots of things with cryptocurrencies, there's lots and lots of Chinese involvement both in purchasing cryptocurrency and also doing other things such as mining, developing miners, etc., etc. So China's involvement with cryptocurrency is actually pretty significant. They may be one of the world leaders. Well, they're not. It's not a maybe. They actually are a world leader in terms of cryptocurrency. One of the last things that I wanted to touch on is Coinbase. Now, you heard me mention Coinbase when I was talking about the Libra coin. Coinbase is an exchange that people who want to purchase cryptocurrency can set up a Coinbase account. Once they have a Coinbase account, they can connect that Coinbase account to their bank account and then transfer money out of their checking or savings account directly onto Coinbase. And then from Coinbase, they can purchase cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, etc. Now, the point of this article and why this is significant as far as is it not too late to get involved with Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies is right now Coinbase is telling us that $1 to $2 billion a month is coming from institutions into cryptocurrencies, as institutions are just now starting to get involved in cryptocurrency, as institutions invest more and more money into cryptocurrencies. That's just going to do the same thing as we talked earlier, increase the demand for cryptocurrencies. It's going to push the price higher. And this is the first real information that we have about kind of the dollar volumes that are going on with institutional money. Once the Bakkt exchange goes live, because of regulations, Bakkt will report a lot more information in terms of what is happening with institutional money and its involvement with cryptocurrency. But the more institutional money comes into the cryptocurrency game, the higher the price will go for two reasons. One is demand. Institutional buyers are going to purchase large quantities of cryptocurrency, and as they do that, that is part of the demand going up for the available market. The other thing is with Bitcoin specifically, and this applies to some cryptocurrencies and doesn't apply to other cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin has a fixed supply. Now, there's other cryptocurrencies out there that don't have a fixed supply. The creators of it designed it so that they actually have an unlimited supply. But with Bitcoin in particular, and with many other cryptocurrencies out there, they have a fixed supply or a limited supply of Bitcoin. Today, there's currently 17 million. The max that will ever be available is 21 million. And the amount that becomes, as we go from that 17 million to the 21 million, the current numbers indicate that it'll be somewhere around 2140. In other words, almost 100 years into the future before we actually get to that total supply of 21 million Bitcoins out there. And so over the next 100 years, they're going to just trickle in from 17 million, 18 million, etc., getting to that final number of 21 million as a maximum number of Bitcoins out there. And because of that limited supply, institutions are not like other people. you see all these commercials for, hey, become a day trader, you're going to get rich. Well, day traders are different than institutional traders. Institutional traders tend to just buy it and sit on it. Day traders will buy something, hold it for a few hours, and sell it before the end of the day, or sometimes they'll hold it for a couple of days. Most day traders don't tend to hold for weeks or months, but there are a few out there. The point I'm making is this. The more money that is invested in by institutions, the less of that 17 million is actually available for people to purchase. And as there's less and less Bitcoin out on the market to be purchased, that also a shrinking supply also has a tendency to increase the price. And so we're seeing the demand go up, and we're seeing the supply, or how much Bitcoin is available, decrease, and it's going down. And those two factors will drive the price up. When you've got fewer widgets and more people who want to buy those widgets, then the natural result is you're going to have to pay more for it, which drives the price up. And those are the reasons why I think that we may be seeing some of the biggest gains with cryptocurrency in the near future, than possibly bigger than we've ever seen in the history of Bitcoin. But I wanted to give you some of the history so that you had an idea of some of the amazing gains that have happened from Bitcoin over its life. So I hope you like what I said. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and hodl. And have a great day. Thank you very much.